accessing visual file of the Third Human Civil War, also known as World War III, the Holy Wars, and the near mass extinction event. 2055 to 2077. Uploading.
God does not play dice.
Ich weiß es, meine Kameraden, es ist euch wohl oft schwer gefallen, wenn ihr meintet, es müsse nun ein Wandel kommen, und er kann nicht, und immer wieder muss der neue Appell gerichtet werden. Es muss weitergekämpft werden, es geht nicht, ihr dürft nicht handeln, ihr müsst gehorchen, ihr müsst euch fügen, ihr müsst euch diesem unerhörten Zwang beugen.
The Earth and her colonies were divided by the major powers of the world: the United States, the European Union, the Chinese Hegemony, the Holy Islamic Empire, and the Communist Federated Republics. The power of the U.S. had waned, and by 2029 the Chinese Hegemony was the dominant power on Earth. The Chinese for nearly 30 years plotted the total destruction of the U.S., the only threat to its dominance of Earth and the colonies. In 2055 the Chinese with the CFR invaded Taiwan, smashing the U.S. Pacific Fleet in the process. The European Union refused to fight in the war, as the HIE invaded India and Israel. In 2060 the Chinese Hegemony launched a well-planned nuclear strike on the U.S., with the help of agents within the U.S. and electronic warfare which shut down the U.S. nuclear shield, destroying 36 major cities. This was followed by a huge Chinese and CFR invasion of the U.S. West Coast. The U.S. regular armed forces were deployed across the world, and on the colonies. The U.S. itself had nothing more than a few National Guard divisions, militia, and law enforcement to stem the invasion. Many Americans' lives were lost to delay the invasion force as the U.S. military dug in. The U.S. had bought itself time with the blood of thousands of its citizens. The Chinese Hegemony invasion force was finally stopped on the Mississippi River defensive line. Meanwhile the HIE and the CFR invaded the European Union, quickly overrunning their territories. The colonies beyond Earth was another major front in the war. Every major faction had colonies on Mars, Venus, the asteroid belt, and the moons of gas planets. The resources and water from the colonies was absolutely vital to the war effort on Earth. Tens of millions of colonists died from the heavy fighting. The colonists of Mars, tired of the war, seceded from Earth and was joined by the other colonies. The colonial alliance was born and immediately declared itself neutral in the war. The last surviving democracies abandoned by the colonies fought alone against the Chinese hegemony. The CFR and the HIE. Meanwhile, in New York City, the U.S. capital was overrun by a surprise Chinese attack. The U.S. was on the verge of capitulation. The US retook New York City at great cost. Soon mankind in desperation turned to cloning technology, robotic war machines, and other abominations to win the war.
We shall take only the greatest minds, the finest soldiers, the most faithful servants. We shall multiply them 1,000-fold and release them to usher in a new era of glory. Colonel Corazon Santiago, the Council of War.
The U.S. launched one last offensive all along the Mississippi River, and with new technology, most notably the hover tank and the neutron bomb, managed to break through the Chinese lines. The Chinese bitterly fought the Americans, but slowly the U.S. military advanced towards the Pacific. Meanwhile in Europe, the US, the EU, and the last free people of the world launched a huge counterattack to weaken France from the CFR, and the HI were taking advantage of the fact that the CFR and the HI were now waging a holy war against one another. By 2072 the CFR and the HI had lost all of the territory it gained, and the combined forces of the US, the EU, Australia, and the rest of the free people of Earth by 2074 had conquered the CFR and the HIE. The Free Allied Nations now turn its attention towards the Chinese hegemony. By 2077 the Free Allied Nations invaded China itself, and at the cost of millions of lives finally reached GN, where the last battle occurred. The Chinese hegemony surrendered to their US-led alliance, and the Treaty of Jerusalem was signed. The war ended on October 4, 2077, at the staggering cost of an estimated 13 billion human lives in a home world left in ruins. The 23 surviving nations of the world united together under the leadership of the US and EU, and the United States of Earth was born in an attempt to rebuild and pool every resource to prevent the extinction of mankind on Earth.
Mankind survived in the end. It spread across the void, and is now a major universal power, numbering 200 billion citizens across 10,000 worlds. Glory to God for seeing us through the darkness.